Hi everyone, welcome to our December Adult Ornament Craft to Go kits and club. And I am going to walk you through real quickly what you need for this month's craft. If at this point you've already put your craft on reserve and you've picked it up, and the things that you're going to need ahead of time for this craft, there's not a lot that you're going to need to grab from your house. You are going to need some Elmer's glue, crafting glue, just something basic. If you have paintbrushes at home, you can use one that's has a tip like this for the glue. If you choose to use paint for the snowman, you'll want something that's a really fine tip so that you can get the detail of the nose and the little dots. There's other options too if you don't want to paint with acrylic paint and a paintbrush. Sharpie has these really neat paint pens out. You can grab those too. We had orange and black, and that's what I used for our samples today, was the Sharpie paint pens. They are I used fine point, and for the black we used a medium point, but you could probably use black for the fine point for both. They're oil-based, and that's what I used for mine. If you had just a regular Sharpie at home and you wanted to use just a regular Sharpie, you could give it a try. I know with a regular Sharpie, if you do it and you don't like the way it looks, you can take some rubbing alcohol and a cotton ball and just remove it, and then grab some paint or whatever. So you have those options that you can do for the snowman with items from home. So those are the at-home items that you're going to need before you start. You also may want a pencil or a pen, chopstick handy for when we do the beach scene ornament, because you'll want to like move around the shells and stuff inside, but most everyone has one of those at home. So in your craft kit today, you're going to have 2 glass ornaments. Okay, they're going to be inside a baggie filled with foam balls. You're not going to need to use all the foam balls that are in both the baggies. We used those. We had a surplus of foam balls from another project that we did a couple summers ago. So we just wanted to make sure that the glass didn't break, so they're all inside the baggie with the foam balls, each of the glass ornaments. You're going to have a small baggie filled with your sand, 45-inch piece of twine, an 8-inch piece of twine, and an 8-inch piece of black ribbon. You also have an assortment of shells and jingle bells. So let's get started on the first one. We're going to do the snowman. And I found the easiest way. I tried a couple different ways. I tried a funnel. That didn't work because the foam balls were too tiny. So I basically found the easiest way to get all these foam balls into here was just to open up the bag. And it's a little tedious, and just kind of put the ornament in there and just kind of stuff them in. And it may take a few minutes, and they may get all over, but basically you're going to want to fill up your glass ball with the ornaments. Put your top back on. And now you're ready to paint. So I will give you an up close on the sample. If I can get it off the tree, there we go. So you're gonna have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You're gonna have 6 little dots in black around the bottom for the smile. You're gonna start at one end and go to the other. I would suggest doing a starting point and an ending point in the dot, and then filling in between. You might have 6 dots, you might have less if the point on your marker or your painting is larger, but I would do the 2 end dots to start. Then you're going to do your 2 eyes towards the top, and then your nose. The start of the triangle of the nose is kind of not quite center, a little bit off to the side, and you're going to paint a triangle for the nose. Those as well, you can if you don't like the way it looks, have a wet paper towel handy for the paint, and then you can just wipe it off before it dries. or the rubbing alcohol on a cotton ball, and that will remove it if you want to, do it a couple times if it doesn't look quite center or right. But the nose definitely is not center in between the eyes, because you want to have that look where it's kind of like off to the side. So that's what, and the last piece, once your paint has dried, you're going to tie your ribbon on. Just do a simple knot. You can feed it through, create a loop, like this, and then tie the end off, and you have your ornament tie so that you can hang it on the tree. If you don't want to use the black ribbon, you can use a hook that you have at home, whatever you would like. So the next one is the sand beach scene. And before you fill it, I think the first thing you want to do before you fill it is to get the twine glued on, because if it's filled with your items before you do the twine, when you're doing the twine, you do have to kind of maneuver it and all that kind of stuff, and the sand's going to be sloshing all over. So I would definitely do the twine first. The first thing you're going to want to do is get a little, like, quarter size dab of glue on a little paper plate or palette or something, and you're just going to want to take your paintbrush, and you're going to want to do probably like a $50 size amount of glue around the top. I would start out with like maybe half dollar, and I'll give you an idea with our sample. You can use as much of the twine or as little if you choose not to do the twine, but this is about how far down I went. Probably like maybe, I don't know, I'd call that maybe a third to a quarter of the way, but you can certainly adjust that to your liking on yours. So, yep, so you're going to paint the glue on. Once the glue is on, and I did it without the cap on, so I would definitely remove the cap and paint your glue, and then you're going to take your 45-inch piece of twine, and you're going to go around. Your fingers will get a little bit messy and gluey. I would suggest that you have that wet paper towel handy, so that if it gets on your hands, because you don't want the glue from the top to be fingerprinted all over the bottom. But as long as you wipe it up while the glue is still wet, it will come off with a wet paper towel. You're going to hold one piece and then just start twisting it. And as you twist it, and with the glue on your bulb, it will stick. And I found it best, you don't want to place your bulb on a shiny surface. I use the mouse pad from my computer, and you just want a surface that it's not going to slide around, and then just kind of twist it. It's not working because this is a slippery surface, but you're going to twist it around until you get the amount of twine that you want. If you use the whole piece, I used 45 inches on our sample, and you're just going to want to hold it down as you're twisting and let it dry. Once it's dry, then you're going to want to put your sand and your shells and jingle bells in. And I found the best way for the sand, if you do have a funnel that's small enough that you can use from home, you can. But I found just taking, snipping the corner of the bag, and then just putting the sand in. In fact, I'll do it with you right now. We'll snip the bag. And you just want to do a small snip because you don't want a huge stream coming out all at once. And And the same thing with the sand. You're just going to want to put in the amount that you would like, and it will start to fill. And if the hole is small enough, you can just kind of let it flow through just like an hourglass. I don't know if you can see that. Will very easily go through. All right, so I'm gonna stop that for now. So now you're ready and you want to put your items in. You're just gonna drop them in however you want. They just kind of randomly go in. And then that's where the pencil comes in really handy. You can move them around if you like the way they're placed. It's very easy to get in there with a pencil and move them. Put your cap back on and you have your little beach scene. You'll have an 8-inch piece of twine, so now that's going to loop through as well. Ooh, I pulled too hard on that one. There we go. And then just tie off the end in a knot. And you are all set. So you've made your two ornaments. They're ready to hang on your tree. You can give them as gifts. You have plenty of foam balls. You can make a couple extra for friends or family. I know at Michael's, they're always having 50% off on the glass ornaments. The Hobby Lobby is where I found the shells, the jingle bells. We had a lot of extra ones here at the library, but I know you can get those as well at like Michael's or Hobby Lobby and that kind of thing. You want to make sure you get the really tiny ones to fit through the top. But I hope you enjoyed creating those today. And if you have any other suggestions for me, I have for 2021 a bunch of really neat kits planned for the new year. And each month, at the beginning of the month, we'll have those available for pickup. Registration's always going to be the last week of the month. And hopefully going forward, you guys will enjoy some more crafts. We'll always have the videos on YouTube. I'll put them up for everyone to view. So if you don't get a chance to get a kit, you can always take a look and see what I have. We also have on YouTube, there's story time every week. We have our yoga that gets posted now that yoga's on Zoom and no longer out on the lawn. That's posted up to our YouTube channel. We have both adult, children's, and teen books, videos that are going up on an ongoing basis as we add more to our collection. So check back often, and hopefully you've enjoyed our video today, and have a great holiday season. Bye-bye.